Hello and welcome, this is KSB and this is my first figure review. Decided to slowly dip my toes into other forms of content for this Berserk channel, and I thought why not, since I'm using the figures for the stop motion, why not sort of review them, give my thoughts upon them, and what better one to do this with than the recently released Isidro or Isidoro, whichever is preferred pronunciation. I think I will go forwards with calling him Isidro. Isidoro weirdly makes more sense when Puck calls him Droopy to me. That's Puck's little nickname for him. But Isidro is what they call him in the 2016 series, so I guess I should just go off that. So, as you can see, here's just a brief initial look at the figure. We'll have some more shots and things like that. I'll just change the lighting slightly just so you can see it a bit more. We'll get a zoom in here. I'm not too masterful with the camera, so you've got to cut me some slack, guys. These are and will be just casual reviews as well. You know, I'm not no figure reviewer or anything like that. You know, I'm not necessarily going to be collecting loads of different lines or anything, but for a majority of these Berserk related figures and merchandise, I would really like to oh, and there he goes. So after Droopy took a tumble, I thought I'd bring him in close just so you can see. I'm going to go over the articulation. I'm just going to take his in fact no, I'll just leave his weapons in his hands for now. So you do also get this soft goods piece here, which is a little bit interesting, to be fair. I sort of expected it to be a bit more malleable than it is, and I fear that over time, potentially, like some of the ripples are going to get lost. As you can see, it's almost like a ripple on this side. It's not as ripply as it is on the other side if you look underneath. I don't know, you know, I've just took it straight out of the box. I've not even had this figure that long out of the box, so I've not, you know, really messed about with it or anything. It's just come like that straight out of the box. But so you get like a full rotation. Obviously the same applies on the other side. Up and down. As you can see, there's quite a few little joints in there. See if I can get that to focus. Few little extra joints in there to help with the maneuverability. Just really why I really like these S.H.Figuarts lines. All those intricate little sculpting. You really feel like you're getting your money's worth. I think with these figures, you know, every figure basically is a completely original sculpt. So it's not like a Marvel Legends where you're getting the same figure 100 times with a different head sculpt and paint job, if you can even call it that. Anyway, we've got some swivels here, double jointed, also goes back a little bit, and then a full pivot and swivels here. As for the torso, there is a bend here and a bend here, so you can get him crunched quite forwards, which is really good for you know, posability, maneuverability. As you can see there as well, there is a sort of wire running through this, but it's like to the side, so yeah, very interesting. Also, this gapping seems to happen quite a little bit, where you just need to maneuver it forward slightly. It's not the worst issue of all time. So we also have the legs here, which have a swivel at the top. They go up this much. They go back that much. So yeah, as I was saying, there's a swivel here. We've got a pretty much almost fully right angled bend in the knee. This does look like there would be a cut here for a swivel, but there actually isn't. I'm not too mad about that. if it adds to stability, to be honest, because, you know, these figures are getting a bit smaller as the releases go on, because they're doing these smaller characters, so they're a little bit more dainty and things like that. But great ankle pivot. Great to the side. Other side. It's crazy. And obviously the toe. Turn all that way. So like most S.H.Figuarts, he does come with a, you know, litany of different accessories, which we'll go over. We'll quickly just grab these first two here. So we have Puck and a little stand. He's got a little bit of blue there, hue. The most bluest part probably is his wings. This is probably the closest I can get it to the camera with focus. It was just a little shame the top of his head doesn't have a little blue dot on it, in all honesty. And additionally to that, I also don't really like the colour they used. It's not really coming across on the camera. On the camera it's looking more akin to like his trousers. As you can see, it is a slightly more pinkish colour compared to him and his skin tone. But I don't know. I understand it's a really small piece as well. But I do wish, sorry, it's struggling to focus. I do wish it had some paint on maybe his face or something. Ivalera I have less of a problem with because she's a bit more of an intricate sculpt, and she's actually got paint on her. So actually, I'm completely fine with how Ivalera looks. Plus, like I say, she's slightly larger than Puck, which is accurate. They are like that, but you know, it is quite the difference in the amount of detail they're able to put into each one of these comparatively. And they come on a little stand each, as you can see here, an identical little stand. And we'll go over the hands and everything next. Just getting a quick look at the tray that everything comes in. Cut up from the top here, there's nothing in it anyway. So you do get a hilt for his sword sheath if you didn't want him to have it out. These are the hands that he comes with, the relaxed palms are the hands that he comes with. But you also get a pair of fists, a pair of grabbing hands for his weapons, which he's currently got on, a hand for holding the little ignition bomb, two spread open palms, and a pointing finger. Now, my favourite part of the figure has to be these additional heads. This little cheeky monkey one here, I don't know, I really like that one. We've got a angry face, a relaxed face, and a surprised, shocked face, which they're all really good. And of course, the face that I have included on him right now is his, what I would call the most Isidro face. See, I'm still calling him Isidro, even though I just said I'd call him Isidro. I will potentially put some photos in of with different. So sorry, I don't know what it is with this phone not focusing, but I'll put some photos in of the character with each different accessory and some different poses. But overall, I've not as of yet done any stop motion with him, but I will say that out of all the figures thus far from the Berserk line, and I do own all of them, this guy is probably the best one. I know that might be quite controversial, but just as a figure, not as a character or, you know, design or anything like that, but as a action figure, he works the best. I'm sorry, but he just does. His feet are big enough to the point where you can easily stand him up, whereas Shirky has very small feet. Guts, on mine, his feet are slightly loose, plus he's always weighed down by the cape and the sword. Shirky is very dainty, she falls over quite easily. Yeah, it's just, he's definitely the better one. So I think what we'll do next is we'll get in a few of the other figures just so you can see them all together for some size comparisons. So for a quick size comparison, here he is next to Shirky and Guts. So as you can see, he's pretty much bang on in scale with these other two characters. I can't really complain too much about that. And he looks really good with them both as well. Again, I'm really surprised at how much I actually like this figure. I didn't go into it thinking that I would dislike it, but I didn't think I would like it this much. He really surprised me. And here he is next to a Sonic the Hedgehog and Halo action figure, just for some stranger size comparisons and just to see what it would look like next to vastly different gaming characters. Unfortunately, I don't have any Marvel Legends on hand to scale him with. The closest Hasbro figure I have on hand is this free 3/4 inch Boba Fett. So in conclusion, yeah, I think I'd give Isidro a 9 out of 10, because as a figure, he really surprised me, and in terms of looking like Isidro, he hits the nail on the head. Plus, I'm pretty sure through my bits of research, this is the first time he's ever been done in articulated figure form, and he doesn't really seem to get much love in terms of statues and the like, so he's a fine addition to be sure. Especially compared to Guts, Shirky and Griffith, he seemingly has no issues compared to them. I could see one issue potentially being the fact that his cape is plastic and it's not a soft goods, so you can't put it in the position you'd want to. But I actually prefer that it's a piece of plastic. It is sculpted slightly windswept to the back, which, you know, could cause some issues potentially, but only minor ones. And compared to Guts doesn't really hold his sword very well. His ankles are a bit weak. Shirky's feet are really small, so she has really trouble standing up. And her hat falls off a lot as well. And Griffith seemingly just doesn't like to stand up. I want to put him in a position where his feet are really close together, but it just doesn't allow that for some reason. I mean, I can do it and he can stand up, but seemingly after a day or something, he'll just fall. And there's far too many parts on his head for it to be obliterating and me constantly be trying to find the pieces that fly underneath my bed. But yeah, in conclusion, 9 out of 10, solid figure. I'd highly recommend. And just before I go, if you're interested, I could do some more figure reviews. Just comment below. I could go back and review the other figures. I've still got all the boxes and all the accessories and everything, so it's not out of the question. So if this has been enjoyable, insightful, just let me know. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.